Alright, folks, good morning. About that time to continue. Where is it? Where's my icon? There it is. About that time to continue. Our romances through Fall in London. We have, what is it? 4 days left in the season of Confessions, I think. And we've only just now started to fall into a proper tempo for the game. I have a romance going on with Archie now. He's adorably bashful despite his Scottish drinks to him. Making friends with Ferret. Decent acquaintances with our landlady. Oh, you got 3 save slots. Cool. Gives me room to experiment if I want to. Oh. And I've also been fired by Mr. Pages. Antagonistic relationship. Unpleasant, difficult history, making things unpleasant. Since it turns out he doesn't like, that I didn't like, that he was instrumental in London being chosen to fall. But everyone else is fine, like Rachel started antagonistic. And now it got a kind of hot and cold bantery thing going on. Harjeet somehow was antagonistic. I thought I was being nice to him, but something I did must have rubbed him the wrong way. But it still says it simmers, so it's not outright hatred yet. Grizz been trying to pimp around to Mr. Pages, to Rachel, but nothing worked out either way yet. Ferret's cool. David haven't seen too much of, even when we go to the Landau residence. Archie is a cute smoocher now. Milton and Virginia both haven't seen in a while. Phoebe never formally spoke to. Theo just recently introduced ourselves, but I think how we'll start off is Ferret has a job for us to do. Rubbery creatures. What I suspect is that because this is so soon after the proper fall of London, it's not just that they don't know that rubbery men exist, but I'm doubting that the rubbery men have yet to take their bipedal form. Or if they have, they're probably still like sequestered in the ground or something. Hey Gregory, new Fail Better game it is, which excites me. I'm happy every time a new Fail Better game comes out. But I think we've been eating the rubbery men. I think we've been dining on rubbery lumps without knowing it. There was a tentacle that was in the cellar that one time, and Horatia has served us a stew with a tentacle. So I think we're first adopters of the rubbery lumps business without knowing it. Rub her, man, it's her, man, she could rub him. 10 points for that Swedish guy, and welcome. So that's gonna be the first thing. Ask Harjeet for guidance, find the den of rubbery creatures. But first, a past memory. Archie and Harjeet. Something in the mirror. Failing to heal. Ooh, looking forward to that. Let's do mirror first. He has alluded to having dreams and nightmares of snakes, so I think it's too late for him. Mongolian woman. Given that this is a 19th century Briton, that could mean almost anything from any part of the world. Or no, maybe he is spying on something and someone from when. Okay, any more stories to build? All we have left is our ministerial expose for Arch, which we can't do too much with yet. Could maybe craft a certain question to ask people, maybe. So we could talk to Archie about that, perhaps. Put that on the papers and get people questioning his motive. Outfit... Oh yeah, we got the apron. Apron's new. Shopkeeper's life, helpful, cooperative. Gift for invention and true appreciation for the craft. Maybe I'll take it then. This is nice. But this seems a bit more down to her. And because we talked to Harjeet first, Harjeet loves when I wear his hat. I'm gonna get as many brownie points as I can. There's a heart on Ferret's shop now. To build friendship with. Aww. Romance with... Oh. That's straight up as romance now because he flirted too much. It's not antagonists to flirty banter, to a comfortable friendship, no. Now that's only destined for romance. Which means I should probably put a well... We could be flirty without committing to a relationship, though. The flirty options and the commitment to pursue romance or passion are separate things you could pick. So we could probably maintain our banter. Because I'm going to be honest with Archie. He was honest with me. I'm going to be decent with him. But first, where is Harjeet? For a location of rubbery disposition. Volunteer to join in rounds. Be prickly, hide my attraction. I don't have to worry about that, because we're already somehow antagonistic mildly. Let's join the rounds. Join the rounds, we could direct him towards where the rubberies might be. Speaking of untoward things moving in, Harjeet, do you know where the rubbery stuff are found? Would that be another benefit of Grizz and me for a while working for the Ministry? They don't want their favorite pets disappearing, getting lost in the shuffle. New place, but is this where I want? South Bank discovered. Scenic path. Favored by lovers and pickpockets. Okay. So we gotta take Archie here sometime. New destinations. Rubbery disposition. There we go. Cavern of tentacled creatures. 2 new locations out of Harjeet in one morning. Warren of Amber. Rooting tunnels. Resinous deposits. Okay, so we're gonna hoard so much amber. And then when time comes to go into the skies, we are going to be rich. Man, we're just crawling down into a cavern recently discovered after the fall, where rubbery creatures might live. No weapon, no life as far as I can tell. I haven't learned anything, so I can only assume that I have been consumed and learned via their metabolic processes. Actually, that's possible. Walking into a cavernous maw, that's literally a maw. That's not out of the question. She knows the name of sorrow spiders. Who is this? Take a grim line. Ask if she's a fellow Londoner. Given how from little I could see between the silhouette and her portrait, I'm assuming feminine, and the hat, and what little I could see of the garb do look foreign to this 19th century Briton, which makes me wonder if this is the person that we saw in our dream. What I don't know how to interpret is what a grim line is. So instead I'll ask, who is this? First scribe of the fourth city. Okay. I can never keep my city straight. Fourth would have been... Was that Khartoum? Was it Khartoum? The first is like Ur, something close to it, right? Like way on ancient Mesopotamia? Then question mark, something Mongolian? Question mark? I'm not even worth the name yet. Barkujin. Person of consequence. Accuser of... We've seen weirder things going on in the city. My mind is perfectly pliable by now. What meant her appearance after these many centuries? Sure. Don't look a day over 30. Upwards and downwards to the self-awareness of the recipients. I mean, I can't really tell to the silhouette, but I don't see too much gray on her, for what that's worth. I was going to question this line and wonder if the rubberies were other humans from previous cities that came down and consumed the amber's, but no. Aren't they fluke related? Yeah? Isn't that the rubbery origin? Servants of the flukes or whatnots are from beyond the stars? Or do I have that mixed up too? And there was a rapping at my chamber door. Give me a second. Where were we? Amber Vats. Well, that's because it's dark. You haven't seen the sun in so long. You haven't seen the gaslights in so long. Has she seen the gaslights? Oh, they are rubbery mantle. I guess that would have been. Since they have been walking among people of some sort before. So it's less their amorphous blobs crawling into basements. And more the basements just fell on them, so of course their arms are peeking out once in a while. I like this humming drone so far. Assume the worst. Imagine she is pleased to see as delightful a specimen as me. Oh my goodness, this is the option for if we're already so super confident, so self-assured, that we assume she fell in love with us at first glance. Steel myself. Assume the worst. If I assume the worst, how bad could it be? Anything I see is gonna be a step up. Oh, I thought that was internal decisions, not voicing my own opinions. Guinea, you don't have to open your mouth every time you have a thought. Assumes he dines on human flesh, scooping it to many orifices, with horrid variety of mandibles. She would have noticed, it's okay. I mean, in some part, you could say they resemble us. Do they not feel? Do they not experience love? If you prick them, does their noodly appendage not recoil into their torso? Oh, no, Swedish guy, there's an actually. What's the actually? Oh, this is a charming fellow. Got the forearms all like flowing symmetrically like a fine mustache. Batashi Khan. The infamous Batashi Khan. That Swedish guy says is a favorite. A man of surpassing flexibility. Now I see the appeal, Swedish guy. I'm not wish to dispute this. I mean, if he says mask, then he's mask. Recoil in alarm. How accurate is surpassing flexibility? Express delight with Batashi Khan's be-tentacled appearance. It's not the many-mandibled horror that we thought it was going to be. It's a handsome fellow, it's true. A smug warble. Oh, so he's got to praise Kate too, huh? Also, no hard feelings about consuming whose tentacle, right? Because we've probably, if we've had tentacle stew once, we probably haven't questioned the tentacle stew later. I don't even know how to vocalize series of plangent honks. I can't imagine how to begin vocalizing that, and my throat tenses up because it has no clue either how to even respond to any such order. I don't know. That's as close as I can get. Bleed Polyama's tongue. About that. This is what happens when you take Germanic and smash a whole bunch of French into it. Does Batashika not like the tea? Make eyes at Barkujin over the cup. Drink with gusto, refuse to offer. Is this gonna have some kind of like diplomatic relationship-ish consequence? Flirty with Barkujin. Drink it with gusto to imply an alliance towards her side, or refuse, or an alliance towards his. There is so much in a single cup of tea here. Batashika wants to dissuade me. Barkujin has been espying London to see what's what. I have no reason to suspect either of them, and I certainly do enjoy my tea and don't want to deny her hospitality. She has been here a while and has materials of her own. So what sort of tea would we be drinking? Amber drippage boiled in water? But then she's also been to the markets and traded among us. But what tea have we got to offer with mushrooms? And old stale biscuits boiled in water? It's been 269 days, right? I'm sure that they've all gone through all their Yorkshire tea. It's gone. It was gone in a day. And what little tins some might have saved up are gone now that they have news of the surface, and the false pretense that they might be able to replenish it. What it comes down to is, why would Batashi Khan want to try to dissuade me? I'm going to err on the side of caution, even if for now it leaves a poor first impression. The London method of making tea, pretend to drink it, find out for herself. I don't think she's going to poison me, though. This place has been a secret for long enough, and she herself says it might not be secret much longer. So it's only a matter of time before London and the Belows make contact with each other officially. But could be a drugging scenario. Interrogate me information, or drug me, then drag me back up to the surface, so I can't make my way back down clearly. I'll be polite and show her the London way of making tea. Too much milk, too much sugar, but not quite to Tai T levels. Too much sugar, not unlike what he normally drinks. Yeah, see? You date British once, and you have that ancient recipe forever. You take a nice brown drink, and you put so much milk and sugar till it turns like a creamy white almost. I wouldn't say it's abominable, though. It's nice. I'll drink it if offered, and if somebody's making it, sure. But I'll take mine straight. Tea is nice with honey, with lemon. Coconut's fantastic. But the British way, I treat it like a frappuccino almost. What if Batashi Khan merely dislikes tea, and I saw in his refusal diplomatic implications that simply were not there, beyond the rubberies don't like tea? He wishes to bear with me is probably more what she's saying for herself. Accept the tentacle. With intent. What kind of intent are we talking here? This is a game where you can pursue friendly intent, romantic intent, or passionate intent. Or even antagonistic intent. Show me the intent. For a fraction too long. What's the social precedent for shaking a tentacle, though? Recumbence is desired, but not... Okay, give me a second, Google. Recumbence. Lying down, especially in a position of comfort or rest, reclining, resting, idle, resting on the surface for which it arises, used of an organ or other structure. Ah, I see. Oh no, I've made her with Barkujin, I'm sorry. You're not a third wheel. Superfluous Barkujin, no. Not at all. The duck being deflated. I can picture it, but I can't make it. I don't know. I'm trying to make like a quack that's kind of like tapering off at the end. But I haven't got the throat musculature for that. Give me 4 scalpels and 15 months of recovery, and then maybe might make something of it. Trilling ululations. Not on the first visit. Is that to say that my intentful hand grip, tentacle grip, has already boiled the passions of Batashi Khan? And all that took one morning. I could do an entire round with Harjeet, followed by going to the caverns, descending all the way down, brewing tea, have an intimate handshake, and crawling all the way back up. Or I could talk stories to Rachel. Or I could buy one thing from the store. More material for the stories? Time is relevant, I suppose. And this is down underneath. Things are all topsy-turvy down here. Let's see. Back to the hat. No other lapels, no other masks, but there were masks, actually. Over in Hogs Lane Market, in the yard at least. So we could do some shopping today. What else do we have? Additional census forms. Fake. Maybe Grizz can put in a good word for me and say, "Oh, Mr. Pages, won't you please take these census forms?" Or maybe it won't. And it'll just be an opportunity to play matchmaker with Pages and Grizz. Devils, if Virginia needs anything, theories of ministry misbehavior. Could just go shopping, I do have 6 coin. Romance, for if David needs anything. Synagogue's got nothing, Amber's got nothing. Ferret. We could build friendship with Ferret, and we do. It says completed. Learning the origin of tentacled creatures below, but you would think Ferret might want to know about it, given they gave me the task in the first place. Further explanations for the situation, other citizens for clues, finished results. Theories of the ministry we haven't devoted too much time to. So maybe I should talk to people about what? Theophilus might need something. Harjeet's nowhere to be found. We could help out Horatia. There's no romance Archie option. Just visit, well, I guess visit him has room for romance. We are on a mouth-to-mouth basis now, after all. Let's drop by Ferrets. Even if there's no report back to Ferret option, Ferret's cool people. And I'm sure that Guinea could use a break after being down in the dark and muck for a bit. To put out a policeman's eye. Oh. Dark predictions on snow. Right into the... There we go, let's report back on that. But the thing about that ferret is I haven't got a badge anymore. Pages stripped it off my chest. Determined to earn the trust of ferrets that introduce themselves with a badge. Ferret, it was just for a job. I was asking questions and I was just dissatisfied with the system. A job that I lost speaking up for people like you, people like me. This is only a social call. Please don't tell me about any more deceased babies found in spider webs. Support in this alarming situation. Offer friendship. Or just buy stuff. I don't mind offering friendship and would rather like that, but... support in this alarming situation. How do we stand, Ferret and I? Like us to be friends. Skeptical companions still. So simmering acquaintances. Your support, like bodily support, to go in and hack through the webs with them. Or is this giving them comfort and emotional care? I kinda feel like that might have been a dolled up romance option, especially given a juxtaposition to determine friendship option. Parting on friendly terms. How friendly are we talking here? Skeptical companion slash informant. Slash informant. Annoyed Ferret had to apologize. Technically, that annoyance was all the way day one. When he took against my ministry badge. When they took against a badge. Alright, straight to the table. Yeah, there's nothing too official on me. Tailor's apron, corsage, respectable hat. Was worried for a second. Arjit is cop. But he's unofficial cop. So I don't think he'd be barging down Archie's door for contraband maps and atlases. Or would he? Well, there you go, Harjeet. These are Scotland maps, not London maps. And so, given the excuse that Mr. Pages gave, whatever excuse he gave, so it doesn't apply here. A good word for Archie's map collection. Ministry business, keep quiet. Nah, stand up for your boyfriend. And actually, it makes my heart skip a bit to say that. That isn't why he's here, but he's got his notepad out. He's got 2 witnesses that confirm he's got atlases. Horatia! Arjit is cold and all, but he's still a cop. Maybe don't implicate him further. That he's doing physician work without finishing his training. Hope no one's too ill. Fair. I know Archie worries. Fair. Full stop. Full stop, Horatia. That's all you gotta say. And now this is an actual interrogation. I have to play a Horatia's lawyer and tell her, you don't gotta answer that. You don't gotta answer that. You don't gotta answer that. Archie needs the money, it still makes him guilty. Lots of injuries around here. Maybe we can get some Good Samaritan in. Or maybe that's more evidence for the pile. There's lots of injuries. Everyone is obligated to give first aid where they can and how they may, right? Right? Tall young man lost his memory. Could that be Lucian? Maybe he's trying to follow the trail of Lucian some more. These are cop questions still, though it might not be Lucian business. Expertise in drugs and poisons. Throw doubt on Archie. I wouldn't know. I don't know anything. Oh, and here's about them, where the demo ends. Been wondering when it's going to get to this point. It's fine. They don't know it yet, but people don't stay dead long in the knee. React with shock, react with pain, don't react. I'm not gonna trust this option. That's like when he put too many points into drama in Disco Elysium, and it goes from a convincing performance to an over-dramatized one, and it ends up shooting you in the butt. I can't trust this corsage. It's not even drama. It's not dramatics. It's the horrific tie. The corsage is a tie equivalent. I'm not gonna listen to it. React with pain. And the story that we gave Rachel, didn't we have the David analog die? Since he was locked into place for that chapter, we couldn't change that character. Jury found against him in absentia. Archie, again. You don't have to say stuff that implicates you out loud. I did it also. It was me, then, officer. I wrote a story, David died. It turns out it was my pen all along. A moment's semi-private conversation with Archie. Speak up for Archie. Rachel alright? Kiss Archie goodbye. I might only have time for one. Can I take my man aside then? Semi-private conversation. Oh, tell him you love him. Quickly. I could trust the man. I know he didn't do. He's not too low. If he's going to survive. Go on full confession route. It's pride after all. Okay, he's not alone. No, Harjeet, no kisses for you. I was gonna repair that antagonism, and maybe we shall. But you are taking my mans away. Okay, good, we can do more. Speak up for Archie. Now that I promised that we'd always visit him, now I try to weasel him out. Man, if we confessed that he's got a number of expertises on medicines and poisons, he would be on the gallows this evening. It's already evening. He'd be at the gallows right now. And then we'd have 2 dead people coming back to life, and how awkward would that be? And is Rachel alright? And where is David being buried? Their mother buried somewhere else, but is it in London? Because if it's outside London, that might be a moot point. And where are you taking Archie? New Newgate hasn't been made yet, has it? The HMS Ungulate. A very ponderous name. Not the Thames, the Stolen River now. A few doses of this and that to poison his way out. It's okay, he can get a doctor's signature. His own, but still. Okay, Archie, goodbye. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Well, I think it's safe to say then that until he gets out, we're fair game again. Guinea is back on the market now. Straight to sleep, we'll review. Theories about the ministry probably isn't going to really happen. Well, we should publish it directly. Taking out the middleman. We can be paid the full value for our stories now. When I said to Court Archie, you were like, this is getting into a drama for sure. That's the trap, isn't it? Because they put this handsome Scottish fellow, a doctor who looks just like David Tennant, with obvious feels for you, with like a smidge lacking in confidence, so he always assumes that Grizz is gonna steal you away so he doesn't speak up, but it's very, very obvious. So they give you the handsome, sweet guy right there just to take him away and make dramatics. Imprisoned beloved. Oh. But the relationship is all that I've dreamed. Confessions? Archie kissed me or I kissed him. That makes this not can go either way. Kinda want to see now what scenario would make it where Archie makes the first move. Barkujin, Mercurial Stranger, found me stumbling in the dark. That was all yesterday. That's just what we do. But does she get... Ooh. Oh. So that's what handshake with intent means. Flirt. Simmers pleasantly. Deceased senseless filler, gone from our lives. Skeptical companion. Ally and antagonist. Antagonistic ally. Stranger still, but if it shifts from romance to detective murder mystery, then that is a witness we might spend more time interrogating. Companion and informant. How do we get companion on you? Persuaded to obey me on behalf of the ministry right before losing my ministry position. Well, on to the next day then. Tainted drug and treated David Landau, actions and circumstances. If we got this, if we did this, before pursuing Rachel's stories, how inappropriate could we make it? Could we put the poisoning onto the circumstances for the story with the businessman and his eventual death from romance? Because a few of those options did seem pretty sparse. I figured, oh well, Rachel's going to just take the skeleton of a story and doll it up properly. But I do wonder if I could have built it out in different orders of operations. Well, if I know Archie, Archie would have wanted me to have that pie. Find out who truly did it. Focus on saving Archie's neck, regardless of the real culprit. So the Ace Attorney option, or what you keep on shouting at the Ace Attorney to do once they have their non-guilty verdict, but they keep saying, no wait, we have to find the truth. No, it's okay. You don't need the real culprit, you got your acquittal. I mean, the video game logic is you find out who did it, and ideally, that saves Archie. But for so many of our real-world justice systems, you find out who really did it, and they say, well, oh, too bad, we've already done the sentencing. We'll simply try them both for the same crime. If I just save his neck, what would that imply? Jailbreak? Is that a jailbreak option? Or simply go for the acquittal without finding the proper killer? Because if that's what it is, if it's less jailbreak, and more find enough reasonable doubt to suggest it wasn't Archie, without going full Ace Attorney of saying we can only accept the acquittal if we find the real killer, I can be satisfied with that. Simply find the evidence that says it wasn't him, simply find the reasonable doubt. But then again, this is Victorian vaulted London. And this was a very bloodthirsty time in British criminal justice systems. So maybe they won't be satisfied for any less than some other pound of flesh to offer up. I'm also thinking that this is Fallen London. And just about any number of factions and individuals could have poisoned David for any number of reasons and any number of means. And short of damning the entire city itself, it is probably easier for this bumbling version of Guinea to simply try for the acquittal, the good enough acquittal. Can't leave Archie to rot. For Horatius' sake, need to rescue Archie. Change my mind, want to find the real killer. Change my mind. Most interested in the deeper secrets of the Neep. My heart just sunk, because now I see a dichotomy between do I want the game to be about rescuing Archie, Or is Archie an incidental but unfortunate figure in my life, and I'm more interested in the other, deeper story? Is this actually the choice? Well, too bad for those deeper secrets of the Neep. Archie is our boo, and we can't have him rot there. One of the eyes for the constables if he escaped. Oh no. Oh no. So my options are actually do a jailbreak from the HMS Ungulate, beg Grizz for those bridges that I burnt, or sell my soul for good lawyers. Escape, and Archie has to be an escaped felon for the rest of his life. But then again, everybody who plays Fallen London starts off escaping from New Newgate Prison, and then nobody cares. You make your way out, spend some time in the Vale Gardens, get high off the honey with the artists and debutantes, and it's golden. So maybe it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if Archie were to escape from the Ungulate. I haven't spent any time with the devils, though. So I don't have any social cloud with them. But of these three options, the greatest success I think I could find is with Devilish. Do I gotta sell my soul to rescue my heart? Because I see a story spreading out before me, and that story is of the young man who sells his souls to devils for the release of his beloved, while they're trapped in this hell anyway. I do have friends among the lower classes. I'm sure Ferret could help me ferret something out or find me some connections. Unfortunately, while Grizz, I'm sure, is quite fond of me, Informant, that's fine enough. Pages is hurt and scorned, so it's gonna take a lot more than Grizz is capable of to convince the ministries to bend for Archie this once. But you gotta lawyer up. Costs be damned, in every sense of the word. Find somebody powerful enough to intervene. Do we have an Archie memory to dwell on today? Archie and Harjeet failing to heal Horatia and Grizz. Archie and Harjeet now taken on a sinister mood. Oh man, what if we had this memory before, and we could draw from it to be like, Harjeet, what about that time when? Ginny doesn't hear anything. But wouldn't he be missing by that point, his beloved? Since last we saw him was right before the fall, taken to some unknown building, and then vanished. No poisoning? Poisoning is not an option here? Humble hat for a humble person seems to manifest itself as excessive humility and apologizing. It's a good hat, Ferret likes it, but I think if we're going to be talking with lawyers, a tailor's apron, a fork on my lapel, and an admiral's cap. There. A proper outfit for these nights. So what should the order of business for the day be then? We could go straight to the devils. Is just to solicit for Virginia's needs, or discuss theories of ministry misbehavior. HMS Ungulate, visit Archie. Hey Archie, need anything? Hey Archie, while you're in there, how could I sell my stories? Publishing revelations about the ministry. I gotta get him out though. There's, what day is it? 270. There's only a few days left in Confessions. Ingratiate myself with Virginia. Okay. Virginia. Who already doesn't think much of me. Might be heartbroken if she had a heart. Annoyed Virginia had to apologize. Making Virginia respect the ministry badge didn't work. So, Virginia cherishes her time, and definitely not sharing it with me. I barely know anything about her. Let's get to it. We'll spend the morning trying to schmooze up, and we'll visit our boo in the afternoon. Maybe she's not going to like the sight of that spirifer fork on my lapel. Apologize. Note the lack of competition for her time. Be quiet. Turn it aside with humor. Those are both lapel-based. And my lapel is the spirifer fork. The lack of competition for her time. Virginia, we're going to you because that bridge has been burnt. We don't have much to talk about vis-a-vis Mr. Pages in the ministry. Now, I'm sure she knows perfectly well that maps are illegal, and that's why we're having this conversation. I'm just going to be wasting her time. if I waste time over such frivolities. If I got to steal the stone from the heartbroken bat. Is she going to pull a house of many doors and use a fetch mirror of her own to travel to that hypothetical one to heist it out? House of Many Doors is so good, I should replay it. Goal complete? Goal complete before it even popped out. I feel like for Virginia, I should just be off. Business, conduct business, then leave. And pleasantries would only annoy. But I should ask. Asking about work might segue to, oh, do you guys have anyone capable of absconding a person from an ungulate? I'll ask about her work. Do you collect souls? Ask about her employment. Critical question in a reassuring way. This sounds like census work. I'm not doing the census anymore. Is it true people collect souls here? I wear the fork, and yet I do not know. Oh, I see them now. I took those for windows. Those are some pretty souls. That was her just being matter of fact, right? That's not her saying that I've annoyed her again. Still merely skeptical census filler. And there's nothing in the afternoon for her. Curry Moore favored with Virginia. We gotta keep on schmoozing. Alright, Boo, you need anything? Visit with Archie? I haven't really done anything insofar as trying to get people to question the ministry and give me answers goes. So seeking the publishing revelations is kind of useless to me at this moment. I did promise we would visit, and every single option here counts as visiting Archie. We should also visit the grieving Rachel. What we'll do... I'll visit Boo every other day. You know? Keep him company. So this is his first day after going to prison. We'll visit him today, as is right and proper. Do full day's work tomorrow. Visit him the day after. Full day's work. Visit him the day after. So, how do we go on publishing Revelations? This might give us a new location and a new person. Shouldn't go anywhere near the prison hulk without Harjeet. Really? Really? If I still have my ministerial badge! Oh, walking advertisement to robbers. How about if I change the fork out? No. Well, I would take that risk. I'm less worried about the robbers, I'm more worried about the officials guarding the young Galit. Then again, I likely have no pull with them anyway. Belong on the docks, might speak my mind too much, but infernally high-placed connections. Dressed like this. Still a walking advertisement, maybe it's down to the fork. No lapel. Can sneak over without Harjeet and visit Archie on my own. Okay. We'll do some social stealth then. And the game comes to a hard close as the both of us sit on the ship. Flirt with Archie. Recent memory of Archie. Straight to the point. Straight to the point is getting some flirting in. Perhaps he's all... Give me. Now he's gonna clam up. If there's words, it makes a change. Yeah, don't worry about it if the Fathom King is trying to seduce you into the water. It's a diversion from the monotony of the ship. It's a change, and hey, if it gets you out of prison. Not yet. The rats aren't going for song yet. So Archie, flirting aside, losing you to the Fathom King aside, how do we reach your non-handsome publisher? A call to act, manifesto style. Tell folks what they need. And quick. Declare love for Archie. He knows. Kiss Archie again. Talk more about our feelings. Give him a kiss. Worried about the future? Come with them. What prospects have we got down here? If we can make our way up the canal, and it hasn't been so long that our skin is going to scorch in the sun, we're outie. No, I've been to Glasgow. It's a nice city. They got that statue that like to put traffic cones on. Very charming. And it's so cold. The first time I got off the bus at Glasgow, I thought I knew what cold was. That shot straight through my coat and my sweater and my shirt and straight into my bones. And it really is a nice city. It's not so big that you can't just walk around it. The train is ample. Cultivate Archie's detailed theorizing. Well, we've only just kissed, and right away he's gone to jail. So it's a bit early to talk marriage. Plus, this is still Victoria-era Britain. Is homosexuality still illegal? Homosexuality Britain. Timeline of LGBT history. Short history. Hold on. I have got to do some research into this. Celtic Britain, 1st century. Let's change this up. Homosexuality, legality, Britain. Sexual Offences Act 1967 is a few decades off. Regulating sex and sexuality, 20th century, that's like a couple of years off. History of rights in the UK. Homosexuality, homosexual acts in Scotland and Wales legalized in 1967. And given that Scotland's under the Union, I can't imagine it's too different there. On the condition that it was consensual in private, so you can't be public with it, between two men over the age of 21. The law extended to Scotland by the Criminal Justice Scotland Act of 1980. And Northern Ireland, Homosexual Offences Northern Ireland Order 1982. Background, homosexual activity between men, illegal for centuries. Never an explicit ban on homosexual activity between women. So just Archie and I at risk then. Well, in that case, it sounds like marriage is out of the question anyway. Seduce him. We could at least take the relationship to the next level, even if proper marriage as husband and husband is out of our reach. And what better atmosphere to seduce him than on the prison boat on the stolen river? Imprisoned, beloved still, like to become my lover, spoken of loving one another. What if I narrow the scope? Homosexuality, Scotland. Because there's legality, but there's also culture. Hidden LGBT histories, LGBT rights in Scotland. Brief timeline, LGBT plus history Scotland. This is going to be a lot of reading, so I'll tab these for later. But then again, that assumes that 270 days is not so long, that the sun is now mortally offensive to our flesh. So right, Horatio, you keep house, you're taking care of us two layabouts. Now, Archie was hinting about the comfort that the vicar finds in her. Maybe that is going on in the background. That whoever we don't lean towards finds their own pairing in the game. How this affects her feelings for him. Ooh. Do not take this conversational gambit. We're taking this conversational gambit. Hush now. If her ears weren't hidden by the hair, I would say you were blushing, Horatia. Lament Archie's absence. Offer to look in on him. I'll look in on him. Archie did point me his direction, so that's my casus belli. Okay, what have we got to plan for tomorrow? Manifesto of how London should respond to the Masters. Make sure Archie has what he needs to deliver it. I mean, at least we have a upgrade on the task. And then curry more favor with Virginia. Not listed, is check in on the vicar when I have the chance. Alright. Day 271 now. How many days left? 2 for season confessions. What have we got? Grizz buying the headlines now that Archie's gone, or buying the newspapers. Ferret's menace eradication seeks reliable employees unafraid of rats. The ferret route. We could be working side by side. Well, it sounds like Ferret's got tasks. So, story first. A manifesto calling London to action. How revolutionary we're going to be. Mr. Pages. Hoped to save London. He did in his own patronizing kind of way. With an unknown strategy. Question of survival. An inventive form of rebellion and self-protection. But is that much of a manifesto, though? I think I do need more. I gotta talk to more people to get more ideas. And have more actions and motives for Mr. Pages. Because we have his side of the story. That's his side of the story. I'll get back to it. What memories have we got? Failing to heal, Horatia and Grizz. Or I can't really remember. Is that the option you get? Once you've been through everything else. We've only got 2 more days in the season of Confession after all. And we got memory, then I can't remember. So maybe I'm running out. Bats are harmless. I haven't had the chance to eat fruit bat yet. The next up in Palau. Maybe we should try. Because it's not uncommon to see families with a fruit bat hanging in a cage for later consumption. Just never had the chance to yet. Had pigeon, had turtle once. But never bats. Okay, so first things first, it is going to be back to Virginia. So early in the morning. No apologetics for us. Archibald. Final manifesto. Or work on relationship. Maybe more when he is out. I could accept a kiss now and then. We're not going to snog right on the prison boat. Friendship Horatia. Opinion for Archie's manifesto. That is for here. St. Albans, right? Maybe after getting Theophilus's confidence. Friendship with Ferret. Relationship Barkujin. But no Batashikan. Where's Batashikan? Batashikan, is it an option? Just relationship with Barkujin? Or see if she needs anything? Question Mr. Pages about Archie's manifesto. I'm not no snitch. South Bank's got nothing. Show me a route or a manifesto. There's no Rachel to visit. Maybe she's too much in mourning to drop in on. Let's build up some more devilish social capital. I could only use the lapel option once to say that we're not in too stiff competition for her time. Well, it's the River Fork option. Taught never to sign my name in Hell's appointment books. I'll give him that one. More favors for the devils? If it doesn't involve my soul, to do as I'm asked, refuse. She said herself that she does not ask for souls. She doesn't need to, really. So I'm not going to insult her in her station and waste her time. Just straight to the point, that's what she likes. Gotta play her game to get her to help me out. Page's loyal servant and devoted investigator. No questions. Why she needs a biographer? Critical question in a reassuring way. Are you perhaps illiterate in English? That's not quite as tactful as I would have put it. Literate in fire and the dancing of bees. I should have asked no question. Plain conclusion. Drawbacks for myself. Keep any and all reflections quiet. Right. A heroine, Virginia, on which side of the revolution? On the Republic side, then. Afterwards, it came to London. My condolences. Condolences, then. Demand further input as per my hat. Guess what happened? Admit I would benefit from a bit more detail. The hat does confirm some authority, but I'm not sure that she sees me enough as a respectable, equal organism for that to be any pleasant in this relationship. Supplicate. So we gotta do to jump through the hoops. What does it mean to be a saint of hell? I'm just a foolish, simple peasant mortal. Help me out here. A story about her past. Alright. This could be fun. Smirk knowingly. Directed to tell pages. Agree to the task. Smirk knowingly. Gotta speak her language. So we gotta write the story, then bring it back to her, and she'll say this is hogwash, do it again. Then take it back to her, that's gonna be 2 days wasted. An appointment with an empty room. Will not find the doors barred! We had a relationship upgrade! Virginia and I should be friends, if it means getting Archiekins out. Prince of Hell, plan to betray, support revolution, kill and ate, made ill, admired aesthetic life motivations. Okay, infernal plots. What happened between Virginia and a Prince of Hell? Now that is a portrait. The prince died and Virginia claims the glory for it. This is known. Less clear what happened. And I only know as much as I should know. Loved hopelessly. Deep and unacknowledged feelings for the prince. I mean, this is for Pages, right? Pages does want love stories. He wants romances. Hoped for oblivion, wanted to grow, hoped for love, admired aesthetic life. Drawn to the pledges of hellish saintliness, hymns, costly sacraments, self-abnegations. Sought rebirth, was made ill, died. Prince was distracted by a spiritual calling, gave little attention to her. Killed and ate. Virginia in love. Virginia in power. Murdered the prince, consumed his remains to punish him, left his head alive the longest. One of the prince's most memorable deaths, and he had known many. Motivated by spite towards the prince, nothing but his downfall. Prince grew weary, wished for the mercy of a long and restful death before he would ever return to the world. Murdered the prince, consumed his remains, absorbing his power. Devoted to the revolutionary cause, despised the prince for what he was. Let nothing deter her in a courageous act. Virginia as myth. Prince wished for certain specific forms of growth and ascension close to him unless he should be reborn. Stabbed the prince at time they arranged, acting as an assistant, not a murderer. Prince perished by his own choice to ascend to greater form. See, stabbed seems to support the sought rebirth. Virginia the liar. Trying to find some combination that makes confessed falsely come up. Prince perished in a carefully orchestrated martyrdom of his own design. Prince fought back. Virginia also badly weakened. Prince allowed Virginia to get close to him, pretext of an affair. The dedication was genuine, or as genuine as can be for a creature of this sort. Prince and Virginia caught in a romance passionate and damaging. The grief and strain of it killed the prince. Dang, Virginia! Told everyone she was a murderess, a lie born of a guilt she dare not acknowledge. Prince didn't return swiftly from death. Virginia tried to claim the glorious name for this tragedy. I mean, this is a story, right? What kind of story do I want to make for this? I mean, ultimately, the whole point is that this is a biography to issue 2 pages to get the account on her. Yeah? So this could be the morsel that he needs to allow her to operate as she needs under his ministry. Collect Milton's view on Virginia's past. So I can't turn it in yet. But I could talk to Milton to get his side of the story and possibly open up more options. Or that Theopolis needs anything. Landows aren't home still. Well, I'm at an impasse then, because I want to help out Archie, and that means working with the devils. But I can't submit the story as is. Virginia in love. Virginia in power. Virginia as a myth. Virginia as a liar. Maybe how I have the story written is keeping me from turning it in. Love, love, false confession, and then dead. Stab the prince at time they arrange, acting as assistant on murderer. Perish at his own choice to ascend. If I read it like that, will a Virginia option appear? It will not. So I could talk to Milton and get more on her. Or I could talk to others for Archie's manifesto. That should be soon, he said. I mean, I guess he's not going anywhere, right? Get some manifesto and going for Archie? Or talk to Milton to pry into Virginia. Okay, Milton. First thing we gotta do is get Boo out, then we can work on the manifesto. Correspondence stone, sure. Focus on relationship with Milton, or cheerfully reveal Virginia's secrets. Man, I'm trying to get these guys to help me get Archie out. I can't be playing mom and dad between them. Focus on Milton for now. Demand Milton tell me. Repay frankness somehow in the future. Step closer and ask again. I don't want to make promises with the devils. This is my soul on the line, but it's for Archie. What? No, I was fine with the first sentence, didn't need the second one. She claims. What do you mean by claim? Have heard they were lovers, so it wouldn't have come from nowhere. Both versions are true, joke about her tears. What Milton would make for me. Maybe both versions are true. Suggest he drowned in tears. Let's joke about tears. Keep it to myself. Why is not spoken of with Virginia? Why has he not spoken of it with Virginia? They share a townhouse. Power, freedom, love, truth, right now. Love for a man to get his freedom out. A feeling, a choice, tired of quibbling. I can go with feeling for this. It's a simple question, simple answer. Prickly, hide attraction to Milton. Attraction in the sense that I am speaking to a shark that is an inch away from my face. So how's your work life? Sour the mood somewhat? Not yet. I didn't get too much new with that. Informant, simmering pleasantly. Just talking to the guy makes it simmer. Skeptical companion, a degree of confidence. I feel like I should reload the afternoon. The autosave has not popped up yet. Fed on Apis tears and secretly supported rebels now as an option, instead of overtly. My apron for dinner in case I make a mess. Is that more from your daily sermons, Horatia? Yes, where is this going? Am I in trouble? Is that what you mean? So how strong is your protective power, matron? Yeah, it's not good against cops coming and take my boyfriend away. At the other end of the tentacle we had for dinner. I hope it's the wrong kind of tentacle. I've already decided that we have feasted on rubbery meat. Jealousy about Theophilus? Court Horatia? Platonic interest towards Horatia? Horatia is like a member of my own family. That is the first time seeing that. Horatia and I should never be friends, wow. How to mod the game to scrub that option out forever. My feelings are stronger than, oh, that's smoldering. I like the member of my own family. But where does our relationship stand right now, Horatia? Likeable companion, a comfort in the need. Ally antagonist. Skeptical companion informant, deceased. Alert Batashikan, strangers. Milton informant. Yeah, like a member of my own family. I grin. Ooh. What is that angry red bitrate I see to the side right there on the dashboard? My kilobytes are dead. Comcast, what are you doing? I'm dropping all my frames. What's that all about? Why am I seeing triple digit and 4-digit low 1000 kilobytes per second? It's about time to take a BRB anyway. But I don't want to come back and see the stream disconnected though. Well... Alright, how about this? I gotta take a BRB and make more tea anyway, right? So... what better time than any than to refresh my brews and hope that the bitrate stabilizes by the time I come back? I've noticed a pattern, like if it does a slingshot thing, where it goes from the low thousands or the low hundreds to the tens of thousands, and back down to the lows and the tens of thousands again. But sometimes, as the Twitch ingest servers, and if it's just really low kilobytes per second like this, it's more often than not just Comcast having a fart day. So chances are I might come back to a disconnection. Fingers crossed. I'm actually seeing green again. Honestly surprised. Normally, when Comcast starts doing this, Comcast does, it just keeps on going till it dies. And you get the eventual pump 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 little update sound of your stream is disconnected. The stream actually survived. That is remarkable. Maybe this is gonna bear about good news for Archie's predicament if we got this kind of luck going on stream already. Cool. Well, then let's turn that off. Let's turn that off over here, because Comcast is now behaving. And I got my fresh tea over here. Well, let's do a review. That was a long enough BRB. Craft her story, show her her results, but she wasn't there that time. Curry more favored with Virginia tied to this. The question becomes though, what kind of story does Virginia need? What does she want? She gets a final review. And I'm not sure if she wants a story that aggrandizes her as a hero. A story about romance that Mr. Pages is going to love. Her Majesty's palace shuttered. Royal family remains unreachable. And final day, season of confessions. First thing we gotta do. And in case the shattered stream bitrate buried it. Horatia and I now like family. As close as family now. Okay. It says ready to hand in, we got some new stuffs here. Secretly supported. Ooh. You could be secretly supported rebels. We could make the Prince of Hell the secret hero. Intending to shed his revolutionary inclinations and return as a creature of uncompromising dominance. Aligned to the motives of the revolution and against the excesses of his own rank. Fed on Apis tears. Poisoned the prince with tears of Apis at his request. Virginia's misstep. Well, that does not sound like a story she'll approve of. Perished by his own choice to shed his revolutionary inclinations. Both Prince and Virginia supported the revolution, though each had hidden the fact from the other. Deprived the revolution of a powerful supporter, though nobody realized it. Regardless of how he was murdered. At his request. Martyrdom of his own design. The fall of Virginia. Persuade the prince to partake of the poison. Virginia had to sip quantity herself, and has not quite recovered. Prince withered and died, unable to withstand the powerful poison. Persuade the prince, Virginia took a sip herself. Poisoned the prince with the tears. Drank herself and hadn't quite recovered. She was after power, but the prince aligned to revolution, also a nice twist. It's a shame I can't check my journal from here. Assignment. Tell the story of what happened between Virginia and a prince. Construct a story about Virginia's past and show her the results. I got 2 clients here though. If I make it aggrandize herself too much, then Mr. Pages is going to think it's her autobiography. If I make it too truthful, she's not going to accept it, I don't think. Poisoned the prince with tears of Apis. Virginia sipped a quantity and has not quite recovered. Prince and Virginia supported the revolution, but each had hidden the fact from the other. The death deprived the revolution of a powerful supporter. Hardly anyone realized it. Intending to shed his revolutionary inclinations and return as a creature of uncompromising dominance, does not sound as if that was a powerful supporter for the revolution. It feels like different things had different proper pairings, like fed on Apis tears is there, it accommodates a murder, but it's expanded upon if it's made ill, because then she had to sip a quantity herself. Virginia and the prince engaged in an affair, but not truly devoted to her. We do know that he partied, right? Drawn to the pleasures of hellish saintliness and all that. Poisoned the prince, sipped the poison but has not herself recovered, devoted to the revolutionary causes, despised the prince, who was all about the saintly excess. How's that? There's a bit of a flaw there in that she herself has not fully recovered. That's something, right? Or how about this? The prince suffered for his love. Prince allowed Virginia to get close on the pretext of an affair, and then she struck. I think that works. What past memory have we got here? No, there's a third one yet. Horatia offering Khajiit to place her among the wounded. Let's take it. Let's not spill my tea all over my notepad. My poor notepad's already been soaked up by so many things. I don't think he means if nobody is hurt. Come and taken off his face. I think I recall who might be involved in that sort of activity. Alright, I have a story I think I could be satisfied with. Dour, sour, unauthoritative. Not that I ever actually use the authoritative sour the mood options. Provide Virginia with a story that I crafted. Deliver the story while Milton is present. Oh no, I got more options. What does this imply? That I need Milton's protection? That I'm doing this from Milton's side? It has details that only Milton would have known. But I'm trying to get into Virginia's good graces. To find proper lawyering to advocate for Archie. Fulfill the task she had set. Thus, no appointment needed. An account that ends rather pathetically. These are not the events that have happened. And not the events to ratify into truth. Okay, now I have a better idea of the kind of story she wants. If I return to title screen, will that enforce an autosave? Any unsaved progress will be lost 1 minute ago. Perfectly fine by me. So we do have a way to cheat the system. Sigils? What sigils? The Forge of Souls, the perilous descent without cessation. As I recall the fall of London. Chance construction of permanence, union of precious objects. For forging a meaningful connection. Aww. So like in-game achievos? In-game achievos that scatter upon a building. What happens if I get them all? Okay, so she doesn't want a pathetic outcome. Poison the prince with tears of Apis. Unable to withstand its powerful poison. Virginia, devoted to the revolutionary cause, despised the prince, nothing to deter her. Prince allowed her to get close with the pretext of an affair. His dedication genuine, or as genuine as could be? That's something for pages. That's a little something, a little bone to throw him, because he wants those kind of stories. That's the juiciness he desires. Dour, sour, power. An account of Virginia's terrifying dominance. Almost acceptable. I mean, she doesn't want what actually happened to be what becomes intrusificated. Immediately. Okay. I like the sound of immediately because I figured I would have to go that afternoon, and I don't know if Mr. Pages would have accepted it from me, given we broke off our professional relationship. And placed under the stone. Is that what this particular correspondence stone does? Anything written put under it becomes the truth? The carved into the bones of reality true? Hey MP83, welcome! So, we've had Swedish guy in, we have our Finnish representative. Wither has not been in yet to represent Norway. Again, all that's missing is the Danes, and nobody weeps. Looks like a hidden object gained from quick glance? Nah, not so much. The only thing hidden are the hearts of those around you. As you decide who is going to take your heart, who's going to take your passions, whose friendship, whose hatred. An embassy, huh? I'm pretty sure there was an embassy of brass in Fallen London. That means we were instrumental in establishing that then. I've already got you? Aw, shucks, does that mean MP83? That my Finnish spousal citizenship is guaranteed and I could get some free healthcare for myself? Free healthcare and a library of MSX games. And the saunas. I wouldn't mind easier access to those famous, world famous Finnish saunas. Okay, new plan. Finnish spousal visa. Establish a Pacifica colony. Saunas for all. As perfect a plan as any. Not a sauna person yourself? More for me then. I'll just sprawl out. I'll take your space. Just be like... Is there a Mr. Souls? What does not exist? Now hold on. I've seen the souls. I have seen the bottled souls. I have traded in commodified souls. But both of these beings are elevated over us on the great chain of being, and both work with forms of divinities, do they not? I'd assume as a master, Pages would have some know. But don't the devils literally feed these celestials, the gods, with the harvested souls themselves? Maybe Mr. Pages simply isn't aware, because I'm pretty sure souls are very, very tangible. The service was satisfactory. I'll fight him on that description. He just hates that I spoke back to him. A tragedy of epic proportions sincerely recount Virginia's endless virtue. Do exactly as she wants. Nah, he wants a good story. Let's gussy it up some. No heart unrended. Oh, that sounds like he liked it. Mr. Fossity. So it's down to Grizz, easy enough. We could probably twist Grizz's arm to make it go through quicker. 6 weeks? Man, this is just like Fennec's name change. He's gotta wait. He submitted the paperwork. Then he's supposed to wait the 4 weeks for the courts to get back to him, but they haven't yet. Then another 5 weeks, and then so on, so on. Ratification by correspondence, though. How much of the sausage is turd mince? Ally myself with Mr. Pages. The entire point of helping Virginia was thinking that the lawyers had good enough, that the devils had good enough lawyers, or the lawyers had good enough devils, to get Archie out of the ungulate. But Pages is a ministry itself, maybe with an ally in Mr. Pages. Maybe he can grease some wheels for me too. Ally with Mr. Pages for one possible ally. Serve Virginia without question to guarantee this ally. It's not gonna make a big difference though, it's all about getting her confirmed as diplomat and opening the Brass Embassy, right? That's gonna happen regardless. Recommend her with caveats in case she betrays Pages later. But if I ally myself with Pages, we can get more information out of him. We could operate more freely to get more information to help out Archie and the newspapers. Serve Virginia without question is some very worrying language, given a literal deviless who collects and exchanges in souls. But we're doing it for Archie if we have got to make a Mephistophelian bargain. Neglected to cultivate a better class of sycophants. And yet, you're gonna scorch this into your eyes. Keep looking. Key is a funny word. They just refuse to spell it key. Quite. Law is light, light can be broken, law can be rewritten, law can be unmade. And so, the revolution begins in this one average Londoner. And among those treaties, Virginia, could we talk about the release of my Dr. Boo? Service will be rewarded, that's all I want. And we got to escape with our soul intact. So really, I didn't use anything from what we got out of Milton, so I could have skipped him that one afternoon. And kept myself from having to make a bargain with Milton for information that I didn't even use. So that's done. Can we make good on our bargain? No, not yet. Well... I guess we could work with Theophilus for a bit. Theophilus for a bit. We could gain a task from him. We could also go shopping. I do have 6 coin. There's masks in the art over there. And I don't have a mask yet. Barrett's probably got tasks. Horatia and Archie were pointing me in the direction of St. Albans. So now that we have things in motions with the devils, let's go help out the vicar. Okay, Fork is out. Frivolities is out. I could probably use a better lapel. And Theophilus is bros anyway. We've spoken to him once, and he's already on good terms with us. Maybe not friendship terms, but he thinks positively. And off he went. Yeah. Man, you tell him that the succubi are real, and of course he's gonna run straight down the street. Blame Theo for the foolish mistakes. Nah, it was not his fault. And even if you were to know what he would do, Reginald is an adult, you give him guidance, but if he chooses a sinful lifestyle, there's not much else you can do but be there to hear his confession. Does he want me to use up the favor that I got with Virginia? Cause sorry, we're trying to get boyfriend out if Reginald is about to sell his soul. Sorry, buddy. Agree flirtatiously or simply? Wrong person to ask. We'll agree. We gotta stop back by the townhouse anyway tomorrow. Rescue the Canon of Southwark. Oh, it's not even tomorrow, it's today. Just barging straight down the street. I'm so used to any simple house call requiring an entire afternoon's work. Even if it's hello, flirt for a bit, goodbye. Brandishing a crozier. Crozier. A hook staff carried by a bishop. Oh. I thought he was here to sell his soul to some hot succubus. Drawn to him. Pious motives. Theophilus sent me. Okay, Virginia. Avert your eyes. I'm trying to speak his language to get him back out. Well, see, there you go, Reginald. Because of your being here, drew in another Christian mortal soul to your rescue. Now you've endangered 2 souls here. We gotta leave together to test yourself against the devils. Yeah, he was hoping for a succubus. Well, there you go. Your zeal gave him pause. You win. Let's get out of here. Elucidate the infernal position on souls. A spiritual argument for Reginald's... Yeah. If it gets him out quicker. And I don't want to make offense with someone who owes me a favor. Suggest the devil's humor him. Will that suggestion cost a favor, though? I'm just gonna drag this guy out through scripture. When the devil came to him, Job didn't seek out the devil now, did he? Alright, somebody gets seducing. Any enticements available? Ooh. The breath on his neck, the prickle of his beard. A more serious effort on... I don't know. Reginald doesn't know the difference between serious devilry and a light little... Well, how would you call this? A jest? A jape? Let him have his joke. I think the canon of Southwark might be blushing a bit. I'm going to be honest. I am on the side of the preservation of my soul. I don't want it sold away. But Milton seems kind of fun. Not gonna lie. He's got his charms. Well, there you go, Reginald. You've won. Let's go. Agree that I'm not, admit that I am. A non-committal shrug. Here's the thing, though. I still need their favor. If I agree that I'm not, will they take that as offense, or will they understand that I'm doing what I have to do to get him out of here? Admitting that I am is just going to prolong his stay. A shrug can mean anything. Who's to say? Spiritual counsel I'll take if it gets us out. And got a happy little jingle out of that. Decide to court Milton. Not while my man's in prison. I'm here to find a lawyer to get him out, not to find a side piece with a nice waistcoat and a sharp jacket. What even are we right now? Informant. Simmering. Informants. Skeptical companion, could be friends with Virginia, stiff Virginia. Where's the canon? Reginald. Companion already. We're going to hell and back with him, but nothing in mind for us. Theo, shortened to Theo. Nothing really. Okay. No hurry to change what we are. Sold, soul, and Southwark. Could I apply sold, soul to Mr. Pages? Mr. Pages for power sold his soul, and London must revolt. Just keep quiet and eat? Nothing tonight? I've run out of stories. I've exhausted them all. And that was it, right? That was the very last day of Confessions, I think? The end of Confessions. The final day for Confessions. 24 hours remain. Hey, Rachel's here, and Grizz. Who I would have visited to give my condolences, but I couldn't find her at her home or the synagogue. And to free friend, are you telling me I didn't have to cavort with devils to find a lawyer after all? Might not be dead anymore. So did I not need to attempt to make a Mephistophelian deal to free Archie then? If we could just dig up David and he's fine, it's okay, no harm, no foul? Phoebe's more of a housekeeper, not a dig up a grave person. So I'll say nothing. That is still smoldering, even if I've already made my choice for Archie. Is she going to be upset to know that Archie and I are actually dating and planning to escape up to Glasgow through the Cumaean Canal the first chance we get? Look for evidence? Out of friendship for Archie? Oh my goodness, they were just roommates. Let Rachel know Shalomi won. I don't want to hold that over her head though. But if it's evidence, we could probably combine diabolical lawyers with good evidence. You know, I probably could have solicited Virginia's help before the end of the month if I'd already done stuff for her. Because there's a couple of tasks, right? ID the correspondence stone, then write a story for her. That's like 2 days tops. So I think if I was already friends with devils and spent less time begging, we could have solicited her help already, and the whole help Archie out might have been moot. Dig, stand back and watch, doesn't look disturbed. I'll take any observation. It's evidence after all. Is he? Check the corpse myself. An ingenious way of checking for life. Leave this up to Grizz. No, I gotta get my eyes on it myself. Get out or keep looking. I like the exclamation mark as it intensifies. But keep looking, this is for Arch. Enough, enough, nah. Brush back the hair from his false forehead. Sigils in the hairline. Could it be he wasn't murdered by poison, but correspondence assassination? Sigils, burial preparation? I don't know Jewish customs. No. So it's not theirs. That'd be too convenient. And aligning itself so perfectly. Riz is really up with all of her misters. She's gonna rush right in there and start scolding giant bats for their mischief. The strangeness of the thing buried down there. If this is going to turn into offering her comfort in these low moments, I do wonder how the game treats an ambitious player's ability to court more than one person. If it allows for a positive poly outcome, or if it punishes the player for trying to spread their heart too thin. Oh, so he's fine after all then. And none too green. Did we reinter him, did it say? Or did we leave it open? The log goes by scene, so I can't access that part of the log anymore. Okay, there we go. Folder log here. Did we bury him back? Out of the grave? We can go, see you safely back home. Nothing about putting the dirt back on him. So maybe we simply got him while he was sleeping. And letting the neat light in, letting him feel fresh dirt on his forehead was enough. And then you weren't here. Wait, so if you beat us here, then who was that in the grave then? With fear or curiosity? Because I'm curious about how the logistics of this works out then. Who was he? Where were you? Didn't wake in his grave. They handled the body themselves after it was found, as their customs allowed, and buried it. So I'm pretty sure that body was David. For a time. I think I could safely come to that conclusion. Then where did you come from? What produced you? Standing in the midst of London. So David dies, produces corpse, and David B shows up, just manifests. Boatman puts him back ashore. Oh, then what about that sigil corpse? Because that was you. That was you in there. So we did bury it then, if it has to be dug up again. I got so many other things to ask, though. So, I mean, I'm still bound by all the other things, right? We gotta craft a manifesto. We gotta intervene for Archie. And now we have 1/3 thread we gotta pull. You'd think I'd love Dust, A Tale of the Wired West, MP. Could be hard to run, older, I know how that is. It took a bit to finagle the XCOM games and Abe's Odyssey to run. I had the Siberia series waiting to run, but I gotta figure out how to get to that to work with stream. XCOM Interceptor I was going to try, but old Windows games, especially of a joystick-friendly persuasion, simply an impossibility for my patience right now. But look into it. Dust, A Tale of the Wired West. That's not her name. Death not going as usual. There's gonna be... Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. There's been lots of death in the Neath so far, though. People died during the ball. And this is London. 270 days into a London below ground. You're gonna tell me that we went 270 days in London with nobody dying or being murdered. So there has to be people much like David that are already roaming around, right? Check something quick here. See what this is about. Some come back, some don't. So it's not a guarantee, huh? I played a fairly enjoyable amount of Fallen London back when it was on the phone, but not all that deeply. So even with my surface understanding, I'm aware of like the tomb colonies and people in general coming back. And if you take on too many injuries in the game, it's okay, because you can come back to I hadn't realized that some people were just unlucky. Like in Sunless Sea 2, I'm pretty sure that the implication is that people do come back in some form, be it as a tomb colonist, or maybe, because it's out at Z, they find some other fate with the Fathom King or wherever else. But I guess it shouldn't be too surprising then that some people simply die. Like Sunless Sea was very, very eager to just have all of your crew consumed as quickly as possible. Though I was always anxious to make sure that my wounds never got so far ahead that I might have to become a permanent resident of the colonies. Didn't they have some silliness with some of those tomb colonists? Like, wasn't there a notable figure that could be chopped up into dust and reconstitute himself? I think I vaguely recall something like that. Anything to exonerate Archie? As long as you're here and alive? Was it somebody else who might have poisoned you? Only the medicine Archie brought. Well, there you go then. What kind of poison is so fast-acting that it poisoned you day of? What about the preceding weeks? Visitors in the parlor, huh? Ivy Fitzclare wouldn't have been mentioned if she wasn't the murderer. Hukum Harjit. A spot in Hogslane Market. I could do with more clothes and with more gossip. How was Archie? There's no way that my beloved is a murderer. What if he is? Now that we know that there is a connection to the surface, this is still 19th century London. Maybe Archie thought that if he murdered a man, that he might get exiled to Australia, and from Australia, he could make his way back to Glasgow. Homesick? So we could have had the Crimean Canal to Australia to Glasgow route in mind. There is also the possibility that Archie, trying to make do with his limited training and limited supplies, simply botched a dosage. It happens. It happens even to those in good conditions. Milton's stickly tones, huh? And Milton does have some kind of connection with Rachel. This could have been some sort of devilish favor. Spoke with Phoebe. Phoebe, do kindly give this to your master of the house. And then Phoebe ends up the unwilling accomplice. Did he have Apis tears? Is that what he was given? Wouldn't want the matter to be dropped, so I still need devilish lawyers. Well, that's the thing, Grizz. Even if he's walking alive and well now, in the eyes of the law, it's still attempted murder. I'm pretty sure in the bloodbath era of British legal justice systems, you still hang for that? You hang for everything. And so had to be the Gentiles. It was a Sunday too, so it was Saturday, right? Saturday for them. So legally, it could only be us to do the work. That's not good enough. Finish the seasons of confession that took the entire day. Didn't even get any free time or supper. That means all of my efforts were for nothing. I was crawling around begging with devils. I gave a favor to Milton to get information I didn't even use. Does not return. Place remains empty. What happened to Archie? Achievement. Experience the season of confessions. That's like a 20-day time skip. Straight to 14 days for Yule. So, is Archie just gone then? Has he languished? Because it's like 20 whole days, I think. Murder was... But how's Archie? Just before... Well... We have Virginia's favor still, that we didn't think to call upon for 20 whole days. Free Archie. We're gonna recommend freeing Archie. I don't care if his hands are tied. I'm not gonna become a widower at whatever age Guinea is. We could have gone the breakout route. They offered the breakout route. And yet, Harji, you are very happily acting as a tool of the repressive state apparatus. That is exactly what you are doing. You know there's an injustice here. People have very accurate dreams in the Neve. Hey, Sap and Stars. If courtship doesn't involve throwing yourself down a well you don't want it, that is an option in Fallen Lemon, isn't it? Something heavily involving wells? How's it going? Miserably! My boyfriend's in jail. I tried to court with devils to get their favor, to get a lawyer out of them to advocate for him. And apparently I just sat around for 20 whole days doing nothing. And somehow Archie's a hero to the other prisoners. I don't see how. Unless they're happy that he allegedly murdered somebody. A big Cement fan. Which one's Cement? Secret of Mana? Not Secret of Mana. Sid Meier's... Seeking Mr. Eaton's name. Ah. It's been a while since a wiki walk for me, so I forgot the acronym. It's an acronym you do see everywhere when you're trying to look into things, and you see the forum posts and whatnot. But it's been ages, so it slipped my mind. Okay, Harjeet, what have you tried so far? Your heart belongs to your imaginary Irigo friend. Risky thing to do, didn't do more. He tried. I can't fault him for trying, he honestly did. Thanks, Harjeet. I do have more complaints, but it's not to him. But that is an option. If we get a bunch of Irigo, and then smother Archie all over, smother Archie with it all over. The jailbreak option reveals itself again then. See, even if I went for find the one who did it, they'll simply be added to the trial. Instead of saying, hey, we found the guy, let him go. I'll bring any evidence. I plan to find someone powerful to intervene. That was the plan! That was the entire point! Explain I plan to find someone powerful to keep quiet about my intent to involve more powerful forces, or change my plans and decide to break out Archie. Charlie? There's an L missing, but you can almost rearrange it. Char-E? Harjeet has clearly done his part to try to help Archie within the confines of the state-mandated limits. So he's an ally, but he's still a cop. I'm gonna keep quiet about my trump card. Bathing the entire court in Irigo. I have to find so much of it though. Even in Sun Masia, I had to scrounge around for any little bit. That's gonna take a whole lot of paint. Try kissing Harjeet after all that. I mean, he is nice. In the demo, among the demo options, I was quite stricken with him. Any new destinations? The Sunken Parliament. Pay for his trouble. 4 whole coin! And apparently I haven't worked for 20 days, so I've still got the exact same 6 coin. I've been so stricken with grief over Archie's condition that I kept myself in the room, locked, miserable, weeping, blowing my nose with these 5 census forms that I can't turn into Mr. Pages anymore. I'll drop the topic for now. Now that he knows that Archie's behind bars, and there's nothing he can do. And Archie is very likely going to hang. Now he's putting on the moves. I should visit more often, he says. Man, I'm not gonna accompany him on the rounds if it costs 4 coin, though. I don't care if he's gonna show me his dick. It's 4 coin. That's over half my that's over half my worldly funds. Insultingly clear. I'm not even interested in friendship. Ouch. Well, like I said, he's a cool guy, but my heart belongs to Archie for this playthrough. We could be cool friends. Did Archie do something especially terrible to make this permanent death? Just playing chess? Thing is, it wasn't even a permanent death. David came back to life. There was a murder, but the murdered came back, so it's all square. I think well of you, but don't want to give the wrong idea. This is how you know it's a fiction. People very clear and straightforward and upcoming about their emotions. Are they putting him back in jail after the exit? Oh. Oh. That is a good point, Sapan Stars. We already have one person who's been murdered and came back. And then execution, what if he comes back too? That is a... I didn't think about that. Fiction, or they're just asexual, hey, you never know. Even our aces in the queer family can be just as, not so forthcoming about things. But it works both ways too, like sometimes they just want to be friends, and then they get looped up into the, want-to-be relationship zoned. For those who don't want, my own guy's ace too. They got their own romantic or sometimes even sexual desires. It's a whole spectrum after all. So are we still antagonistic, Harjeet? Likeable ally. We've gone from ally antagonist to likeable ally antagonist. A degree of confidence. You know, that's kind of poetic in a way. Like, he's a cop, right? So sometimes he acts against our interests. But he's still a beat cop that we see around. And we have some confidence in, despite him arresting my boyfriend. It's kind of like Fiddler, yeah? There was that one guy who was overseeing the area that was nice and didn't want to pogrom. If anything, you'd rather be executed than spend a week in a jail cell. If you're released after execution, might be best to upgrade your crimes rather than keep them petty. I suppose the whole if you're going to be punished anyway, right? And the A stands for antagonist. I'm going to share that with Fennec. Because that is a good one. I've seen people say that the A stands for anime lover. There are some weird folk out there. Mystery, solutions, theories with unknowns to question the witnesses, but a final case. I guess that's the Yule, isn't it? Who did what? We got methods, tainted drug, or unknown methods. We have the Apis here, though. We can't use Apis here. Carringhams. I haven't seen any Carringhams. Who's the Carringhams? For some reason committed murder. I don't even know who they are. We have a culprit and a motivator even. An average Londoner, Phoebe. Someone. The carrying news. Oh, there you go. That answers everything. Served an eldritch purpose. Missed family. Could I put Mr. What about Milton? Milton did drop in. Milton does not think as humans do. I am open to the possibility that Phoebe acted without knowing. Milton was there for a short while. I'm pretty sure he spoke to Phoebe, and then off he went. And this man has a very honeyed tongue. I'm sure he could have made some simple excuse of, oh, by the way, your master wanted to have this. Could you give this to him? Rare ingredients. Rare unusual ingredients. Motive, fought over Milton, fought over Rachel. Wanted health, wealth, or get a relationship. Was thoughtless. She simply did not know. Milton most of all wished for deep and inscrutable things. Phoebe, nothing in particular. The whole thing, though, with fighting over Milton makes me think that some devilry was at work here. Maybe Milton fought over Rachel. Maybe somebody fought over Milton. Stirred vengeance, sold contraband, took treatment. Phoebe underwent health treatment? Nah. But David could have. And then hoped for vengeance, hoped to end humiliation, jealous of family. Oh, you know what? We didn't spend much Phoebe time, but there's a few of these fill in the blanks that may actually. She does have family on the surface. Hope to end humiliation, jealous of family. Fighting over Rachel? Oh. David didn't approve of Milton. Wanted to avoid blame. Died! And then he straight up died. Question of method? Wanted to avoid blame and died. Wanted to avoid blame and died. Do a thing, you don't want to get caught, so you straight up died. There's several germs of ideas here we could work with. Phoebe missed her family powerfully. David had fought Phoebe over Rachel. See, this is things that could work, this is things that could work, but they don't work well together. So if I'm working with the lie about everything, pretended not to know. Phoebe missed her family. Milton fought Phoebe over Rachel. No, that doesn't work then. Didn't fight her over Rachel. Fought with David over Rachel and either cast its belly. With an unknown purpose for now. Milton unspecified desires. Brought rare ingredients for supper. Provided the contraband she needed, some tainted. Phoebe jealous David's family, slipped David a dose of terrible poison. Milton doesn't know anything, he just sold the contraband? Maybe. What if you say Milton instead? With an unknown purpose. What if I did it? The thing is, I hadn't seen David the entire time. I had a little dalliance flirting with Rachel as we worked on a book. We saw Phoebe as we came in, never struck up a conversation, but David was completely unknown to us practically. Obliterated my memory with Irigo, and then moved to the Hostel de Martinet. Oh, if only that's gonna be the 6th city. Forget the ideas that Paris is next. Well, maybe he can find out about an affair. But these motives don't really fit Milton. What if David was the culprit for himself? David can't be the culprit for himself. David could only be a motivator. Rachel did have dreams of David being alive. That could be her guilt. If nobody's written this fanfic, I'd have to do it. I'd be very surprised if somebody did. There's some creative fanfic authors out there, but that is a very specific intersection. Plot over Milton? I'm not sure about that. Rachel did not think as humans do. So unknown purpose is very much for the doubly folk. Wish for deep and inscrutable things. David for the freedom to see Milton. So fought over Milton, freedom to see Milton seems like a good motivation for her. An unknown as a barrier to Milton. I don't know. I'll have to come back to this. This is not a thing that I can solve in one day. Past recollections. So Grizz didn't always wear trousers. It's only now that she's stuck in here with the rest of us that she dares to lower herself to associate with us. Christmas preparations were Raisha and Grizz less comfortable together. The time when I didn't go to dinner. Let's talk about Christmas first. Like I said, a very bloodthirsty period of British criminal justice. Would it be like that again? Don't hang as many as they used to. At least Archie isn't accused of treason. Were we sweet on Archie back then? Well, I have clearly squandered the 20 days between season. But I have got to get some devilish pull in. Powerful intervention for Archie with Virginia. And then what else do we have for the day? Census forms that he won't take. We'll just talk about romance and such. Barkujin we could romance. But no Batoshi Khan. Whatever happened to Batoshi Khan? Maybe he'll show up if we go down to see Barkujin. And then we could use visiting her as an excuse to get into some warm tentally embrace. Theophilus is still... we gotta work on his favor first. If David needs anything... Hey David, I know you're still sore about the possibility that Archie murdered you. But you want to help his manifesto out? If David needs anything, so that's the Landaus or the synagogue. Friendship with Brigitte. Ferret's got work. Okay, it's the afternoon. Let's go see if Virginia is ready to intervene for us. She owes me something. Straight to business. She doesn't like her time wasted. 20-some days ago. Let her assume Archie's more devilish than she is. If it gets her to help, I mean, either way, all I want is some pardon that the embassy might be able to get some pull with. If that strikes her interest, then that strikes her interest. Tempt her to help, order her. Present this intervention as a devilish thing to do. I practically sold my soul to her as it is. Yeah. And I'm sure that this is going to be a trifling matter for them. But I like my boyfriend with a pulse, though. Was my service not enough? My service isn't enough and she still wants something in exchange. Something of value to me. It's gonna be my eternal soul, isn't it? That's where the other shoe drops. Sacrifice my affection for Archie or my own soul. I saw this coming a mile away. If we were going to go to the devils to save my boyfriend. Man goes to the devils desperate for help and sells his soul to save his heart. But then again, if I sacrifice my affection for Archie, why do I keep saying Charlie? There's a ch in there, but it's not at the front. Sacrificing my soul is very similar to losing affection. Is it? Through some grace, I was never able to lose my soul and fall in London, sunless sea, or sunless skies. 'Cause I kinda desperately want to keep hold of it. But from what I could tell, other people seem just as ambulatory without their soul. They get bereft. And they're no different than if they had their tonsils removed. You sell it to every hollow mess? Well, there you go. But if I sacrifice my affection for Archie, he'll be heartbroken, but he'll be free. And I'll be free to pursue other romances. We could pursue Rachel more guilt-free. We can go after Ferret. You have to go through a lot to get the stains on your soul removed. They won't buy it for most seekers. I do the same thing in Sunless Skies, but mostly because going through the motions to get the things to get your soul cleaned up is very good experience. You can get a lot of good experience points going through spiritual yoga. I don't even sell it, and ultimately the whole point is marinating your soul so it's more delicious for some celestial being to devour you. But it's experience points! So do I become a single man in exchange for his freedom and party it up? Or do I go full on Mephistophelian opera and sell my soul to save my man? You thought you'd come across a discrepancy? Will it stand to reason people in the Neath aren't eaten by judgments? Nah, they're not. But that's the whole tradition of it. If Sunless Skies is anything to go by, the whole purpose of the practice. Blue Kingdom, you still have someone who's very eagerly hungry for well-marinated souls. Around the Reach, one of the finest settlements there is basically the crumbling dinner table of an old judgment. And that's why you keep finding clusters of souls in between the stones. Because that's the crumbs that somebody left behind. I'm gonna offer my own soul. I've avoided it for 3 straight games. We have to get the Bottom London experience. For Archie. I got an achievement. Showed carelessness with my soul. It's too late to back out of this. There's nothing I can do. This is what love gets you. I have traded in so many souls in Sunless Skies. The regular junk souls and the immaculate ones. I kind of feel uneasy finally experiencing it from the other side of the fork. There exists a small society of people dedicated to return of souls. I don't know. I'm gonna assume it's gone. Once it's beriffed out and bottled up and commoditized, I am never seeing that thing again, even if I tried. I could try for 300 years, I'm sure. And that bottle would have exchanged hands thrice the amount. Nothing is happening. I am now a soulless husk of a man. There is nothing to fear. There is no such thing as a soul. I don't even get to see it off. Just like my tonsils, I was asleep when they were removed, never got to say goodbye. Lightless soul. What did the light quality imply again in Sunless Skies? Lightless soul flaw. Slothful, viceful, willful abandonment of talent and interest. So describes a presiding deviless at Carillon. Cool. I don't know about slothfulness though. I mean, granted, I did squander several days until I got my footing for the tempo of the game, but I've been running myself ragged trying to get Archie out, doing favors for everybody. Rescue you after you have rescued him. That's not what I asked for, though. I asked to rescue him, not rescue me after rescue him. This sounds like a prison escape with an out. If I wanted to do the jailbreak option, I would have chose a jailbreak option. I thought devils meant lawyers. I thought we could lawyer up with him. This wasn't the agreement, Virginia. Confess to the mur- Can I back out and retract my payment? At this point, I'm already in the infernal service. I have done 2 tasks for her, one of which involved rewriting reality to her power and benefit. And I just gave up my soul for them. The only lie there would be having done the murder. I read an Elder Scroll. Kinda? I mean, more like write an Elder Scroll for her. Can I back out and retract my payment? Yeah, that's not what I paid for. I paid for lawyerin'. Guinea will remember this for the alternate timelines. If she does not return a payment, if she's not offering refunds, what would Archie think? I mean, Archie's going to know that it's a ruse. I hope. Oh my goodness. What if this breaks Archie's heart? What if he truly believes that I was a murderer? And that I didn't just murder a member of society. Well, not really member of society with a capital S, but murdered my fellow man. But also put his reputation and almost his neck on the line. What if this does end up being the thing that breaks us? When I did it for him. I'm soulless, but I'm still a man. I still have a heart that beats and pumps blood. But this is also going to be poetic, not just having to sell my soul to rescue him, but sell my soul to rescue him. And then he scorns me for the belief of my method. The ancient Greeks would have wept to be able to write a tragedy as delicious as this. Yeah, that's fine though. The reputation of a murderer? Like I've said before, every single bottom London character starts off escaping from New Newgate. Who doesn't have the reputation of a murderer? And once everybody else starts popping up back to life, so you're a murderer. That doesn't mean anything, they'll be all back up. Okay, I've already given my soul, so might as well. We work for the Brass Embassy now. The toxin from the Neath that can destroy a person at great distance. There's stranger things. I'm not gonna thank her. She took my soul as payment to do a scheme that wasn't the whole devil's advocacy that I was waiting for. Let's go. See you in court indeed. We're gonna turn around, talk to Milton, sue for my soul back. Alright, to supper. Oh, don't say that, Horatia. Archie's coming home. What are we gonna do when Archie gets out of jail, though? I mean, I guess he can move in with me, I won't mind. Reassure Grizz. Faith in Horatia's judgment, how the Lodge have found us. It's an open room. It's alright, Grizz, we'll get him back. I mean, yeah. Does she not know? Imprisoned companion? I mean, I guess it could be a romantic companion. We have companion here too. Companion doesn't imply relationship. Survive the fall together, that's a sort of... But I burn for Archie. I burn for Archie. And you're gonna say companion? Oh. I thought she was gonna say you should also know Archie is a homosexual, so it's okay if he boards with Guinea. Do the soulless love? I'm gonna discover that fairly soon, I guess. With alarm. Practicalities. Accept this at face value. We have talking cats now. We have rats and engineer stuff. We've seen the rubbery men. Nothing surprises me anymore. So statues move and talk. Why can't you go out, Horatia? Is London being awful again? Clayman shouldn't be a surprise. Exactly, Sapan Stars. We've seen so much weirder things than stone men. Now that is a handsome fellow. Now hold on, mark on his forehead. The corpse, David, also had marks at his forehead. Could it be? And he's well spoken. Like rain running down limestone. Moss. Hey! Fennec has a friend named Moss. Met him yesterday, going to Pride on Sunday as a trio. So that I get a kick out of this. Polythreum scares you. It wasn't that bad in Sunless Sea. Didn't find too many dangers there myself. It was a lovely diversion. And there's very little screaming. See, Sapan stars? The sand you walk on screams, the cobblestones weep, your food begs. I just call that honesty. I am the type of person who thinks that the world could do with a deeper connection between a people and their food, for example. So if you're walking around and the cobblestones weep and the sand cries, that is a connection with the world around you. That is being more aware of your connection to the world. Encourage Moss to be a help to Horatia. Suddenly realize what relationship I want with this handsome, chiseled fellow. Present myself as helpful and obedient. It's a cap of subjugation, of supplication. Encourage it to be a help. Horatia needs it. That's why he's brought in as a boarder.